Now, here's the MLB Bro TV show, the best from MLBbro.com with Rob Parker. Let's go.
Welcome to the weekend. There were so many great stories on MLBbro.com this past week. In case you missed some, we'll take a look back. Let's start here. On Debatable with Mark Gray, we learn about the Negro League Baseball Museum's initiative with Major League Baseball.
What are you all, as in the Negro League Baseball Museum, who's done a great job chronicling the history of Black baseball in America, and the major leagues trying to accomplish big picture with this initiative?
This year actually marks the 101st anniversary of the founding of the Negro National League. And as a play on that, with Negro Leagues 101, and 101 being kind of a college education theme, if you will. So this will be our education theme moving forward for a number of different programming opportunities. But ideally, just keeping Negro League's history front of mind. Last year was the 100th anniversary. We were able, in spite of the pandemic, to do a lot of social media as well as educational opportunities for people to learn about the history. So we're keeping that momentum going.
You and I were blessed enough to have interacted with a lot of the people that they're going to be reading about, quite frankly. And social media will sort of keep them alive, won't it?
Well, I think more importantly, it will hopefully spark interest. I mean, you're not going to get full biographies and documentaries through social media, but the idea is that you're introducing names, dates, and facts for people and get them curious about the history.
Don't forget to listen to the MLB Bro Show podcast with The Gambler, D-Grub, and Crit. Take a listen.
We're changing the culture, one at bat at a time. The days of the vulture, open up your eyes. Black talent in baseball's at an all-time high. Every day there's a new brother grabbing the pie. Daz Cameron to Tyron Taylor to DeMarcus Evans. Jazz Chisholm been living and sending bombs to heaven. Lamont Wade, Nick Heath, and Nick Gordon. Baseball royalty, watch the blackness pouring. Do they even want us in? Who cares? Ricky Henderson, Dave Winfield wasn't asking. Gary Sheffield, Frank Robinson, they gave no passes. The Cobra was like Yoda for the younger bashers. The skill and the will is your only master. Taylor Hearn's still on the learn. And we can't wait for T-Easy to come back and do these hitters greasy. It's not easy peasy being black on the drop. Cause analytics and BS metrics be the op. And sometimes it ain't no different than being killed by a cop. Sitting in the majors waiting for that call to pop. Chris Gittins and Lewis Brinson. Who am I missing? A ton of black knights who are bringing the wisdom. Soul Glow brothers on a mission to give the triples and doubles that we've been missing. The soul that ain't glistening. Changing the culture.
A bro you need to know is Hall of Fame closer Lee Smith. He was a dominant pitcher for 18 years in the big leagues and made it to the Hall of Fame. The hard-throwing right-hander broke in with the Chicago Cubs in 1980. He was a 7-time All-Star, and 4 times he led the league in saves. Lee Smith's best season was 1991 with the St. Louis Cardinals. That year he saved 47 games, setting a National League record. He pitched so well that he was the runner-up for the Cy Young Award. In all, Lee saved 478 games and was the all-time Major League save leader from 1993 until 2006. Lee played for 8 teams in the big leagues, including the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Orioles, the Angels, the Reds, and finished his career in 1997 with the Montreal Expos. In 2019, he was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Lee Smith, a dominant closer and a bro you need to know. On Take That, Jayla Norman tells us about Dave Stewart's boycott of the Dodgers.
Hey guys, I'm Jayla Norman and it's time to take that. In 1981, Dave Stewart and the LA Dodgers won the World Series. And now 40 years later, the Dodgers are having an anniversary celebration event. Stewart has said he will not be attending. And not only is he not attending, he is actively boycotting the event because he is not impressed with how the Dodgers have handled, or haven't handled, the allegations of sexual assault against Trevor Bauer, who is currently under a criminal investigation. Now, Bauer is currently serving leave administered by Major League Baseball, but the Dodgers have tried to do this thing where they attempt to convince people that Major League Baseball is the only organization that can punish Bauer or take any kind of disciplinary action against Bauer while he is under investigation. When the fact of the matter is that the Dodgers could have suspended him a long time ago, but they have honestly just opted not to. Why? Because he's a great pitcher and he's the reigning Cy Young Award winner. And so in this boycott, Stewart is putting the attention and the heat back to where it needs to go, which is on the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. The Pasadena Police Department have come out and said that this 6-week investigation has turned out to be a lot bigger than what they thought it was, which means that if Major League Baseball, because the Dodgers won't do it, if Major League Baseball decides that Bauer needs to spend more time away from the game, that is definitely a possibility. But until then, Stewart has made it very clear that he is not impressed at all with the fact that the Dodgers just refuse to take any kind of action while Bauer is going under this criminal investigation. Only time will tell if the Dodgers ever feel the need to take action themselves, but until then, the fate of Trevor Bauer rests in the hands not of his team, but in Major League Baseball itself. I'm Jayla Norman, and this has been Take That.
This week's homeboy was Toronto Blue Jays second baseman Marcus Semien. This week's homeboy is Toronto Blue Jays second baseman Marcus Semien. In his last 7 games, Semien is batting .367, 11 hits in his last 30 at-bats, 3 home runs and 9 RBI. His on-base percentage .406 and his slugging percentage .767. And to cap off Semien's fantastic week, he was named the starting second baseman for the American League in next week's All-Star game in Denver. That's why Marcus Semien is this week's homeboy. Sponsored by New Era. Come on, MLB bro, go get fitted.
MLBbro.com is at the Midsummer Classic, covering Black and Brown All-Stars.